Now, interestingly, Florida Congressman Greg Steube, who's going to join us in a second, he has been out there saying what I've been saying. Joe Biden doesn't need any bill. Joe Biden, I've done everything I can. Baloney. Because Joe Biden in the first 100 days rescinded all of the Trump border policies that were working. He doesn't need an act of Congress. He can just do it with a stroke of a pen and reinstitute the policies that were actually working. Here's what Greg Steube said.
Joe Biden doesn't need a bill to reverse what he changed when he became president. We had all these policies in place that the Trump administration had in place, the border wall being built. We had a hold on the illegal immigration issue. And now you have people coming in a week and a month that would come in a year under the Trump administration because they had policies in place that the president used to shut it down. He could shut it down today, yesterday, 3 years ago, but they don't want that. It doesn't match their political objectives. So they're going to try to subvert and blame Republicans that we haven't sent him some bill and haven't given him more money. So basically to hire more border agents to process more illegals into our country.
Anyway, Congressman Greg Steube of Florida's 17th District joins us now to deal with this, the issue of Mayorkas' impeachment. I'm reading today, I know you lost Ken Buck, who's frankly useless out of Colorado, and I know he's not coming back, and he doesn't really care. So there's really not any wiggle room, but there was a story out today that there are maybe 3 Republicans on the fence as it relates to impeaching Alejandro Mayorkas. What's the status of that?
Yeah, that's crazy to think that anybody would be against impeaching Alejandro Mayorkas. I mean, I thought we should have done it years ago. I signed on and co-sponsored the bill years ago. He is intentionally and deliberately every single day violating federal law at the border. And how somebody could vote against that, I have no idea. I know they were whipping it as we left Washington yesterday. We're back up on Monday. It's the anticipation that we pick that up. There's been a lot of Democrats that have been missing, so it's the majority present and voting. So as long as we have all of our people there, if we lose 1 or 2 and there's, say, 8 Democrats not there, we should be okay. But like you said, the margin is very, very thin. But how any Republican could vote against impeaching Mayorkas after the catastrophe and the invasion that is happening at our southern border.
Well, catastrophe, invasion, and outright lying to Congress. I mean, this guy has repeatedly said to Congress that the border's closed, the border's secure. No, it's not. It never has been. And for Joe Biden to now say, well, I've done everything I could do when he's done everything to undermine real border security. And the proof is in the pudding with nearly 10 million illegal immigrants unvetted that Joe has let into the country, many from hostile nations, not exactly friendly to the U.S.
Yeah, and your point is well taken. Congress doesn't have to pass anything. He reversed all of Trump's policies at the border that have created the scenario that we are in. When I was on the Judiciary Committee, we had Mayorkas in a couple of years ago, and we specifically asked him, of the people who have been ordered to be deported by a judge, have you deported these people? And he refused to answer it. So their policies have opened up the borders, and then their actions by refusing to even deport people who a judge has said need to be deported have caused the issues that we're having on our country. Over 10 million illegals, over 300 people on the terrorist watch list. Enough fentanyl has been confiscated that would kill the entire population of planet Earth. And that's just what's been confiscated. Sex trafficking, you name it. And it's not just the border states now. Every state has become a border state. You talk to members all across the country, and they're seeing an influx of migrants from all over. And it's all because of Joe Biden's policies in making our country less secure. And it's not Latinos coming to America to live the American dream. These are 20,000, actually I think it's like 43,000 Russian nationals, 23,000 Chinese Communist Party, Afghans, Turkey, Iranians that are coming here that don't want to live the American.
Well, you forgot Syria, Egypt, and Afghanistan, but keep going.
Yeah, you name it. I mean, all of these countries that chant death to America, and they're just walking up the southern border. I saw a news report of an individual from Iran, and they asked him how he got there. They were interviewing him, and he said he went from Iran to Turkey, took a flight from Turkey to Mexico, and then just walked right into the southern border. The entire world knows, all of our enemies know, that they can do that right now.
I mean, it is a. I can guarantee you that there are terror cells among the 10 million unvetted Joe Biden illegal immigrants he's let into the country. And it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. I'm sure they're plotting, planning, and scheming. We just caught, by the way, we caught a terrorist, somebody on the terror watch list has been in the country a year. I mean, I guess we got lucky that the guy didn't commit an act of terror prior to getting caught a year later. But, I mean, this is happening all the time. This is the big national security danger that all these former top FBI brass were warning about when they said, yeah, this is an invasion of military-age men, and that America is, we've never had a more pernicious security threat in our history. We've never had an invasion before. They describe it as an invasion. That's the right word.
That is absolutely the right word. And for Joe Biden to say that he needs Congress to act is a complete and outright lie to America. He can do it today. And the other piece of that, just like you brought up, was we, Republicans in the House, passed H.R. 2, our border security bill, in May of last year. So if he was really serious about Congress taking actions to reverse his executive actions that he did when he came in after Trump, then Chuck Schumer could pick up H.R. 2 tomorrow and send it to the president for his signature. But they don't care about passing anything as it relates to policy. This is accomplishing a political objective for them, but now they're trying to blame Republicans for it because they know that the election coming up in November, the border is becoming a very, very big issue for them.
Well, we appreciate what you're doing, Congressman Greg Steube of Florida. By the way, sorry whether you like it or not, I'm now a neighbor. But it's a very different environment down here than it is in New York. I've run into a lot of people that actually like me here. What a rare exception that is.
Right?
Imagine that. It's amazing. Congressman, great to have you. Appreciate it. Have a good weekend, and we'll be following this closely.
Thank you. You too.
All right, when we come back, we'll hit the phones. Want to remind you